Again, I want to apologize for forgetting to do this. But anyway, it's good now. So thankfully, I thought about it this morning. But here you go. Um, when you log into your course, this is where you should be. Um, you should see the calendar right up here, which kind of, if you scroll on through, you'll see when things are due. Um, I give a 2 day period, usually 1 or 2 days in between when homework is due, when the test, so you can really practice on the review. Right down here shows what to work on next. Now, the pretest is due September 19th, but seriously, that doesn't mean that's when you wait to do stuff. Okay, it has to be done by then or you will be dropped from the class. So just make sure you understand that. Don't procrastinate, please. I mean, I see it all the time. I tell y'all not to procrastinate and y'all still procrastinate. And then you don't have success. So, some people can get by with that, but not everybody can, especially in a math class. So please, make sure you're pacing yourself. All right. At any rate, here, make sure you run the browser check. Internet Explorer does not work well with my math lab for whatever reason. So we usually recommend either Mozilla, Chrome, Safari. Those seem to work better. But run that anyway just to make sure you're good. But I would not use Internet Explorer because sometimes there's trouble. How to enter answers, I would take the time to watch the 15, 20 minute, whatever it is, of that presentation just to make sure you're good. You'll also notice here this is your overall score, what you've submitted, things like that. So that's kind of what you'll see at the course home. Announcements, I may or may not post any right now. There's nothing to post, but we do use the 9th edition of the book. So make sure you do understand that. The 10th edition is fine. It's just if you choose to do any practice out of the book, the problems are different, numbers, and not the same as what I assign. So I do go by the 9th edition. You've been to the start here. You've seen the video link, so we're good there. And see, you're not going to mess nothing up by clicking on it. So don't be afraid to explore. Just the only thing you got to worry about are tests. Don't click on a test till you're ready to take it. But here's my instructor information. I'm at Leestown campus in Lexington. My office hours is when you can come by. You don't have to be on campus to come by for tutoring if you need help. If you work or you can't make it during those times, you really need to see me. We can try to set up something else. I don't know, Skype. I don't know. I mean, I don't Skype much, but I'm sure I can. We'll do whatever. I'll do whatever I can help you with. During the week, I'm very good at email response, but on weekends, you may not hear from me till Monday, but odds are I'll still reply on weekends unless I'm out of town or have something to do. So be patient. I mean, that's all I ask. I mean, don't email my supervisor and say, well, I emailed him 3 hours ago and he hadn't emailed me back. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, if you're that desperate, don't wait till 3 hours before to hear something. Okay, give me notice. Just give me notice. Syllabus, I would print this. This is your contract. This has got a lot of information on it. There's some links on there. There's the textbook information, calculator. You need a calculator with logarithms on it. When you go take your proctored exam, you have to be careful. You can't use your cell phone or computer as your calculator. So just be careful there. Read through the class structure. Don't procrastinate. Attendance, just means that logging in. Okay. So make sure you're logging in once a week. But again, if you wait 2 weeks, start your work, you're in trouble. Okay. Your homework, we talk about the graded homework, late work. You can work homework past the due date, but it's maybe subject to a 10% penalty. If you miss an exam, I allow one extension per student. If you miss more than one, you have to have a documented issue with Pearson or you receive a 0. There's the exam stuff. They're in the Take a Test link, and I'll show you how to navigate through all that stuff here in a second. But just know that the final exam must be proctored. It's 20% of your grade, and you have to pass it to pass the class. So it doesn't matter what your average is, you must pass the final to pass the class. And you must take that pretest by September 19th, or you will be dropped from the class. Here's your grading scale, how things work out. So it's not like homework is equally weighted as tests. It is not. Here's the dropped information. Incomplete, something dire has to happen. And then here's your course outline with your due dates. So, uh, if you print this and look at it, you'll see when things are due. Okay? And on or before means you can certainly work it all before. I mean, you can finish this class in a day if you want to. Odds are you won't have time to do that. But seriously, you can work way ahead. You can get this done well before the day the final exam's due. I've also created some video lectures. Now, they are for my on-campus classes, so ignore any mention of due dates, homework stuff. I just didn't see the need to recreate videos I already had, so there's no need for me to, go through and do them again just because I say, your homework's due tomorrow or work on these problems. Just ignore them, but you can look at these just to, to get a little bit extra help if you need it, okay? So they go right in line with the sections that you're assigned, and, feel free to watch them. I encourage you to watch them. Now, here's where you'll go to do your work. So as you look at it, everything right now, I've got a green flag because I have not taken the pretest, okay? So it tells you right there. Now, see, this also has your due date. So when you say you don't know when things are due, you're not paying attention, okay? Because I've showed you 3 places so far where your due dates are. So, they're right here. Now, this is set up with homework. So you can certainly pull down the drop-down menu and put all assignments in there, and it takes you through the reviews, the exams, what's next. So this totally gives you the step-by-step way to proceed through the class, okay? When you go into it, it's obviously probably just going to go back to homework, but you can change that, okay? If you want to just take a test, then you can go to the Take a Test link. Here's also another document for your due dates, okay? I don't know why I have it, because they already have the same thing on your syllabus, but there it is. Same exact thing you have on your syllabus. Your grade book will keep track of your grade. You can go by the month. You can go to the entire course. Right now, I've done nothing, so there's nothing there. Study plan, I don't really do that, but you can certainly work on stuff if you want to through the study plan, and you can use that to do what I have here for extra practice problems, where you can do by hand in the book, or you can do in the study plan. So these right here are not graded. You don't have to do them. They are for extra practice. Nothing is graded, okay? So you can do it in the book, which is located there in your chapter content section, and that has your ebook, okay? So you click on chapter 1, you go to section 1.1, and you can look at the text. It takes a while, a lot to load up. And so there's your book, okay? And you can scroll on down, if you want to go to radical equations, and you go right to radical equations, okay? If you want to go page by page, you click these arrows. So again, you're not going to hurt anything by clicking on these tabs in here, okay? The only time is when, like I said, when you do the test, okay? That's what you have to be careful about. So your extra practice, again, is if you want more practice, you can go to the study plan, look up the problems from that sheet I showed you, and then you can work them in the study plan, or you can work them on pencil and paper, all right? Proctored final exam, here's the information. Please read it. There are links if you're a BCTC student and you need an appointment. You can look up for our testing center. If you're not a BCTC student, you can find your testing site if you go through this web page. I'm pretty sure these are good. Let me try one. You never know. Okay, yeah, there's a BCTC. All right, KCTCS, Proctor exams, all the information you need. And then something I do, I use what's called Proctor U. If you have a webcam, and it's about $20 to $30, depending on how long they have to watch you for. You can go to Proctor U, and you can, go to students, and you can find out what's going on. You can ask questions. I'm sure there's a chat right down there. So that way you can take it at home. Okay, but you gotta have a webcam, and just read through that. All right. If you ask me about something, I'm going to tell you to read it. So just make sure you read through it if you have questions about your proctored exam. And I will, remind you about this as we go on through the class. Your multimedia library, you can either go the textbook, you can pull up whatever chapter you're working on, what section, and you can see what's available to you. Okay. You can select all, and you got the book, you got a video lecture. It's not mine, it's from the textbook company, and you've got sample problems worked out for you. So there's a PowerPoint, there's lots of stuff here. So, you have resources, you just need to use them when you need them. Grading policy, or sample of how I create the grade, how I calculate the grade, as to why your homework is not worth as much as your tests. If you need to drop the class after midterm, you can drop up till December 1st, but after midterm, you need my permission. You need an email, and you have to drop it. I cannot drop your class for you. Doesn't matter when. You must initiate the drop process and complete the drop process. Okay. Discussions. I put some helpful hints up here for each section. So I've got videos. I also have helpful hints to kind of, point out things that I know students struggle with. So you're more than welcome again to read through these when you get stuck on stuff. Tutor services from Pearson. I don't even know what that is these days. I'm sure it's not free. Tools for success. If you need some graphing calculator help, how do I enter answers? I've already talked about that. Please watch that video, and maybe other instances you may need help with. Course tools, email, that's probably about all you need there, is right there. So that's pretty much it. I can only, stress enough to do your own work, because if you think someone else is going to help you and you're going to go past the final, odds are you won't. Don't procrastinate. If you have questions, one thing that there is in each homework question, and I'm glad I remember to do this. Hopefully the pretest, let me answer my pretest here and submit it. I'll flunk it, but I've at least taken it. Okay. All right. Great. Okay. Now you'll see up here in the question help. Now there's more options once you get into the regular questions, but this one does have the Ask My Instructor and print. And there's usually show me an example how to do this in the other questions that are you're working on. But you can always send me the question through the Ask My Instructor. Okay, so that's one advantage to you. All right, so ask for help if you need it. I'll do the best I can over email, but it's not always easy over email. But we'll do the best we can, and I wish you well. But please get busy. Don't wait till the last minute to do stuff. Check your email weekly. Don't say you didn't get an email, because you're getting them. They may go to your junk folder, but that doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't work anymore. I didn't get the email. You're getting them. It's maybe going elsewhere. So just make sure that, you're getting my stuff, because I will remind you about due dates and other things. So I wish you well. Hope everybody makes an A. Good luck, and we will be talking to you soon.